What is going on, everybody? Happy Friday for another edition. Well, obviously, this is kind of I would say it's been a hot minute. It is good to be back to doing baseball content again, whether it's from the professional level or here at the collegiate level. As y'all can see, tonight will be the Army Black Knights will come into Clemson, South Carolina to take on the number 19 ranked my Clemson Tigers. Originally, I did kind of switch up from being I was a casual Vanderbilt fan for a hot minute. So that all being said, if you guys are new, if you guys want to see more of this, well, you're definitely going to see this on a weekly basis, and also going into the pro baseball level as well. If you guys are new, make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, make sure to ring that notification bell for all post notifications as we are getting ready before first pitch. I will give you guys the lineups as y'all can see. Actually, let me fix that. Let me actually go this way and get this off screen. But either way, what is going on, normal guy? So looking at the lineups, especially for the away Army Black Knights, you got Barr leading off, Ainsworth in the 2-hole, Parker in the 3-hole, Quinlan doing the catching behind the plate, hitting in the cleanup spot in the 4, Craig 5, McKillop in the 6-hole, Hewitt 7th, Dill. Oh, hang on, actually, I'm gonna make sure my. So we got DeBrule at 3rd, and then you got the 9 and Shrek and the 9 spot at short for the Army Black Knights. I would definitely do LSU games. That's for sure. Normal guy. Like I said, I will see some other stuff. But that being said, but that's pretty much about it. But if you like what we kind of do here, just make sure. All right, cool. There we go. So, because right now we're still in the pregame stuff, but like I said, I'll definitely will put this on my definitely Twitter, my Instagram, all the stuff that you guys see on right here, in the overlay right here. That's where you're gonna pretty much find me on social media. But yeah, so we are going to get ready for some college baseball action here on opening day, as we saw a lot of teams kind of open up in the early windows. So that being said, probably not going to have people ask me, are you going to switch to being a Clemson baseball fan for a full time? Most likely I will, because when it comes to Clemson, for the longest time, me and Tyler can tell you this too. We kind of grew up watching the football program. To me, the last, obviously, year and a half was definitely more on the baseball, and the basketball program really took us by surprise last year. So that all being said, we are going to officially get underway for Clemson and Army. Now, looking at the starting, well, actually, like I said, the lineups for the Black Knights. Now, for Clemson, who they got Knack going on the bump for opening week. You got Purify leading off, McCloudy in the 2-hole, Savoy hitting 3, Gaffney in the 4 spot, Dally 5, Crichton 6, Gerald 7. You got Lichtenberger 8 and in the 8-hole, and then Siobhan at 9. So that's pretty much the start lineup for the Clemson Tigers. So that'll be. So that being said, we are hopefully get underway. As well. Hold up. Hold up. Something ain't that different. 1 second, y'all. No. I'm just hoping everything just goes. All right, it goes. All right. What? Okay. Never mind. Jesus Christ. The fucking goddamn try to get to the as well. So if any of this is still a Clemson fan around here, like myself and Tyler, we're definitely you're gonna see a lot more of this. And also we are going to mix it up when it comes to the collegiate level in terms of and all that stuff. So look at Fred Cunningham and Ron Smith right now on the call with the ACC network. So it is going to be interesting to see how this all goddamn plays out for a change. That being said, let me change. So Aiden Canuck, two-time first team all ACC, 11.3 Ks per nine, second in Clemson, tie for second in Clemson history, one of five Clemson pitchers to have one of multiple 100 strikeout seasons. That's kind of pretty cool. Let's go. There we go. And Parker going to the last season with for Army West Point, had a batting average of just over 300 with 4-year runs batted in. There we go. Had to get the right batter for this shit. So that being said, we are about to get ready for our first pitch here from Doug Kingsmore Stadium. And got Naki. And kicks and deals on the first pitch. That is swung on to straightaway center. And that'll be caught for out number one. One pitch, one out for the Clemson. That's one way to do it. That's great efficiency. Yeah, so Clavon. We got Addison Ainsworth and the center fielder takes the first pitch a bit high, 1 ball, no strikes from Naki. So 1 ball, no strikes to Ainsworth, and the deal from Knock fouled back, evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. So last season for Ainsworth had a 293 batting average with 5 homers, 40 runs batted in with an 863 OPS. Takes a pitch outside from Knock. Now it'll be ahead of the count. 2 balls, 1 strike. And the 2-1. That's a bit high. It looks like a break, like a change up, 3-1. Yep. That's the one thing too. So 3 balls, 1 strike. That's in there. 3-2. Nice little fastball. Oh, I also know I fucked up on. And a 3-2. It's fouled back. Stole holds 3 balls, 2 strikes on Ainsworth. Huh. Never really knew that. So then again, I hardly ever watched the Patriot League games, anyways. For whether it's when it comes to any of the military service, the only one time I've kept a track. And here comes the 3-2, and that is swung on a miss, strike 3. That is strikeout number 1 for Aiden Knock. And the good old El Cambio to get Hey, look, take it from me, who's done this for 15 years. I would go. Would have gone to the bread and butter anyways. That's just a bit low, according to the home plate umpire. 1 ball, no strikes on Parker, on William Parker, the senior left fielder out of Hopedale, Massachusetts, and takes the 1-0 just on the inside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. So far, last season for Parker, 301 batting average, 6 homers, 40 runs batted in, 891 OPS. And the 1-1's a bit high, 2 balls and a strike to William Parker. And here comes the 2-1 from Knock. That is chopped off the ground, foul. So we got even to count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the 2-2 from Naki. That's chopped on the ground, up the middle. Purify, and that is gonna. And that's gonna be a what? That's gonna be E. That's gonna be E4 on Gaffney. Or sorry, that's on Purify. My apologies. So I can't really blame the first baseman there for trying to backhand it. Even though I will admit, I will nitpick. You should have kind of went with the underhand scoop. That's just me from a first baseman's perspective. Either way, we got the catcher Jack Quinlan, the cleanup hitter, will take the first pitch, and he checks a swing, but it's going to be called a strike regardless. No balls, 1 strike on the 5'11" senior out of Sayville, New York. And the 0-1, that is swung and a miss. 0-2. Hey, normal guy, if you can do me a favor, definitely share the stream out. We greatly appreciate it. As well, where you can. But last season from the senior catcher, 319 batting average for Jack Quinlan, who's down on the count 0-2, and the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that is. So that's so Kanaki getting 2 Ks after giving. So it is going to be interesting to see how the Clemson Tigers can respond. After good inning, I will say from the Tigers. Now, my only little gripe is that Purify. I mean, I'm not going to harp on the kid. However, I mean, could have been. I would say kind of should have played that a little bit better. I mean, it was the right choice to go to the backhand. I think he kind of was a little bit too quick with it. Maybe that's just me. That being said, excuse me. So we're gonna got Purify, McCloudy, and Savoy going in for the top 3 for the Clemson Tigers, coming in, as the 19th ranked team in the country. It is interesting though, because I know I've seen the now, does it surprise me that UCLA is number 1 in college baseball? No, not at all. And the funny thing is too, I've been seeing this thing all around college baseball, which I'll talk more on going into the next commercial break. That but yeah. I got Ty Daly right now, who's Mercer transfer. Had 50 career home runs. That was the record at Mercer before he came over. So, like I said, we got Purify at second, McCloudy. And now we got on the bump another senior, Andrew Berg, sitting at 6 feet, 210 pounds. So far last season for Berg, in 12 games started, he pitched in 15 games, 12 of those with the starts, went 5-3 with a 3.91 ERA, and 76 innings with a 1.43 WHIP, 61 Ks to 29 walks. And Berg delivers the first pitch, That swung on a miss. 0-1 to Purify, who, now, granted, like I said, I mean, wasn't really, like I said, didn't kind of bite the Clemson in the ass with that error, but got to be a little bit better on the defensive end regardless. And the 0-1 to Purify. That's foul back. 0-2. I will say I do kind of do like Army's uniforms. I mean, then again, the pinstripes, there's always something about the pinstripes that just makes the uniform look clean. That's just me. And the 0-2 to Purify. That is low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. It's like a backdoor breaking ball, try to get him to fish, but it Purifies that. Nah, I'm not going to put the not gonna take that. And here comes the 1-2 chop, and that's gonna sneak through for a base hit for Purify. And Tigers get the first hit of the day. So, kind of fun. I will say, when it comes to the Clemson uniforms, and it comes, just for the programs that I've watched, I think I do like the orange jerseys. I mean, I don't mind the white ones from here to there, but probably the only one I would say they could stay away from is the purple ones because they look fucking ugly as hell. Anyways, we got the third. We got McClatty takes the first pitch high, and there goes. And get Tristan McClatty right now. This junior out of Harlem, Georgia, sitting at 5'11", 190 pounds. From the left side. And the 1-0 to the. That's the line sharply foul. Evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike, and now we're up to 6 pitches right now. Owen Berg. So far last season for the third junior third baseman, 287 batting average, 5 homers, 19 runs batted in with a 903 OPS to go along with it. And the question is what, as to why I'm doing these. I'm going to be, and also as mixed in the professional league too. It's because once we kind of get ready for the MLB draft this year, we'll be covering that. So I want to kind of get a familiar of the upcoming prospects, so kind of get my own feeling for them. And the 1-1 chopped on the ground. We've got a 3-6-3 double play. And swing killer. I will say the 3-6-3, not an easy double play. To it's not easy as a lot of people make it. A nice little backhand. Yep. And that is lined into left for a base hit from Savoy. Nope, just swung. Just take a first pitch hack and line. So that's not too bad. Hey, look, grip it and rip it. Yeah, just put it right. I would say probably put right through the hole in the left side of the in the infield. So either way, that's the second hit for the Clemson Tigers on the day. Even though considering the fact that McClatty kind of hit it right into the twin killer. However, now we got the junior first baseman Luke Gaffney sitting at 6'1", 235 pounds out of Danville, Kentucky, to take a crack at Berg in the first pitch. That is lined on the ground on the third, and that'll be easy out to second, and that'll be out number 3. To the top of the second we go. Still scoreless here at Duncansmore Stadium. But hey, to me as a Clemson fan, seeing all this, I will say, for one, definitely like seeing Clemson getting aggressive. Now, 9 times out of 10, can that be sustainable? To be honest, only time will tell throughout the year. But shout out to Normal guy who was in the chat earlier. And so yeah, so looking at and Kanak, or yeah, Connect. Sorry. It's going to take me a while to get used to some names, but like I said, we'll do these on a weekly basis. Like I said, I will ask around on social media. If you guys do follow me on IG or Twitter, I will put something out when it comes to the college baseball stuff. Definitely let you know. Or hell, if anybody's tuning in or just finding the stream for the first time, comment your favorite baseball team. And I'll try to cover it. Going into sometime the next couple of weeks, or the handful of weeks. So just definitely let me know. Whether you can just that or just when it's all said and done at the end of the day. So, but besides that, but yeah, that's all I just got to say on that. But looking at Chris Track's coaching resume, entering his fourth season as the Army's head coach, 2 NCAA regional appearances, was originally the head coach at Marist from 2009 to 2022. So, Andrew Kanak Aiden Kanak going back to start the top of the second after not a very solid. Would have liked a bit of a clean inning, but I mean that's kind of nice to get the beauty of baseball a little bit. But I mean, so now we got 5, 6, and 7 coming up for the Black Knights. You got Craig McKillop and Hewitt scheduled. And we go nice little overhead look of Doug Kingsmore Stadium in Clemson, South Carolina. And there's Canuck with the first pitch. That is spiked in the dirt. No, 1 ball, no strikes. So Craig, the sophomore right fielder, coming out, hailing out of Fillings, Arizona, standing at 6'1", and the 1-0, that is a bit way outside. 2 balls, no strikes. So far last season, yeah, now the numbers don't look great. 0.77 batting average. Takes a hack and pops up right the fly ball in the foul territory, and it's like Gaffney will take it. There'll be 2 balls and a strike on the number 5 hole. So, yeah. And the 2-1, that's in there. 2-2. Looks like a 2-seamer that just came back across to clip the outside corner. So Canuck, the count even. Will kick and deal the 2-2 pitch. It's in there. Cole, strike 3. That is strikeout number 3 for Adrian Kanaki here. Yeah, it's right at the belt. I mean, you can't really argue that. But here comes the first pitch. Just a bit inside. 1 ball and no strikes to McKillop, the number 6 hole. The designated hitter for the Army Black Knights, coming in at 6'3", 215 pounds, out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Takes the 1-0 outside, 2 balls, no strikes. Last season for McKillop, overall 271 with no homers, 20 runs batted in with a 681 OPS. Ahead of the count, 1 ball, no. So now McKillop still had 2 balls, no strikes on Kanaki. And the 2-0. That's in there. Clips the inside corner. 2-1. Kanaki kind of fall behind and kicks and deals. That is swung on a miss. He gives us the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. On McKillop with Hewitt waiting behind him. And the 2-2. That's popped up straight up shallow and right in the foul territory, and that's going to find the seats. Still holds 2 balls, 2 strikes on McKillop. And the 2-2. That's high ball. Well, for first walk issued. Yes, the scoreboard operator decided to forget. So McKellar draws the 1-out walk. And I got Carter Hewitt, the runner on first. And the first pitch from Kanaki. It's a high breaking ball from ball one. Damn. And then 1-0. Line foul. Evens the count. 1-1 strike on Carter Hewitt. And here comes the 1-1 from Kanaki. That's in there at the knees. 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch. And Carter holds it. There's Hewitt holds. Evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Yeah, that is true. Now count even 2 balls, 2 strikes from Kanaki. Kicks and deals it. That is chopped foul. Counts to holds 2 balls, 2 strikes. On the first baseman, Carter Hewitt, with the DeBrule waiting behind him and on deck. And the 2-2 pitch. That is line foul. Counts to holds 2 balls, 2 strikes. So now this is when you. And the 2-2 once more. That is swung on a miss. Strike 3. That's the 4th punch out for Adrian Kanaki. Looked like on a soft changeup. And the first pitch. That's lined out to right. And that's going to be fouled. Now, well, yeah. Count 0-1. And the pitch from Kanaki. Kicks and deals it. As lined on the ground to third, foul. I mean, A forever from McClatty. So now the count stays ahead. No balls, 2 strikes. And David DeBrule out of Venice, Florida, freshman third baseman at 6 feet, hunt for $170. And the 0-2 pitch, and nice little look over, just to keep the man on, keep the base runner honest. So now you got 0-2. And the pitch. That is line foul. Well, that's true. But I will say this. Now, if I'm going to cannot, I say go back to that, go to the changeup, probably just try to bury it down into the back foot. Try to get him a chase. I mean, or kind of spike like a curveball in the dirt. The 0-2 once more. That is high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Okay, not a bad idea for the most part. So not a bad idea. Kind of change the eye levels from sitting low, you go high, and then that's when you go back low. And the 1-2. That is lined out to center, and that's going to fall in for a base hit from DeBrule. And that's going to be the first hit for Army here in the top of the second with Thomas Schreck coming up as the... Yeah, kind of looked like Canuck kind of hung that changeup a little bit, so it kind of just... And, knowing that DeBrule kind of picked it up a little bit and just kind of just smartly dumps it in the center for a base hit. But Thomas Schreck right now coming in from last season, heading 335, 3 homers, 35 runs batted in with a 943 OPS. We'll take the first pitch. High, 1 ball, no strikes. And, yeah, I kind of opened up too soon. Yeah. And the 1-0. Just missed the outside corner. 2 balls, no strikes. That's a 50-50 pitch. And the 2-0. Lined on the ground to third. Nice diving stop by McClatty. And then we'll just take him right to second base and Purify off the bag. And now that loads the bases for the Army Black Knights. And that's going to be the second error of the Clemson Tigers. Oh, boy. So we got McClatty already fucking up. And now you have, first you had Purify, which, like I said, this is going to go back to what I said earlier. Like if Clemson can come out of this with no runs, I mean, that error won't really mean as much. However, sometimes 9 times out of 10, that would but now we have the bit of the meeting on the bump, try to get Canuck back to where he needs to be, So now we got back to the top of the order. First time up for Barr, flew out to center. So it's gonna be interesting to see how Canuck's gonna do in this situation. It's probably one of the tightest situations he's been in, but we'll have to wait and see. We got Chris Barr, who flew out to center his first time up. And right now, Canuck currently at 43 pitches on the day. And we'll deliver the first pitch. That is at the knees. No balls, 1 strike to Chris Barr. Even though I will say for a guy that, if you just a hitter in general, if you just get like a first pitch fastball that's right where you want it, it's like just take a hack at it. But anyways, here comes the 0-1. That is low. Okay, go 0-1 changeup. Evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike to Chris Barr, who was, like I said, 0 for 1. And right now, kind of like Canucks kind of a little rattled, in a sense. And the 1-1, chopped on the ground, foul, 1-2. It looked like a little cutter kind of just got him on the hands. So we got a 1-2 count from Kanaki. And here comes the pitch. That's a tough play. That's going to score for the first run for the Army Black Knights. So 1-0. Yeah, and I was saying, in a way, that should have been the shortstop's ball. Look, like if I'm McClatty, right. No man. Yeah, that's unfortunate. So already 1-0 Army over Clemson right now. And I got Ainsworth will take the first pitch. It's about high, 1 ball, no strikes. Who struck out his first time up. Now, this is, I would say, I think Canucks got to have to figure a way to settle back down because, I mean, I could say, I could say he could have a little frustration. I mean, have his defense give him 2 errors. And we get time called about the catcher, kind of. Yeah, because it seems like Canuck right now is kind of getting a little shaken right now. Yeah, that is true. A lot of times, yeah, look, walks are going to happen. And, to me, yeah, it sucks. And, if you do, but I mean, as they pointed out on the broadcast, yeah, honestly, that walk kind of really bit him in the ass. However, if Army can, let's just say, blow this wide open, yeah, I think those 2 errors right now and that walk that has given up. Yeah, I think that's going to look very bad. Going forward in this game. So now we got Ainsworth swings and misses. Oh, evens the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Like a little cutter just. And here comes the 1-1. That is in the dirt. 2 balls. So 2 balls and a strike on Ainsworth. And the 2-1. That's fouled back. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Look, if Canuck can get out of this just with just 1 run, okay, now the offense has to get to work to get back to, into this game. And granted, yes, it is early, but the offense now has to do its job to get that run back and probably more to give Canuck a chance to keep the Clemson Tigers in this game, hopefully for a victory. And the 2-2 pitch. That is lined in the right. Nice stop by Gaffney for out number 3. So, despite the 1 run, but Canuck, really decent inning out of Canuck. Now, I'm going to say this. Those 2 errors should not have happened. And I know it is the first game of the year. And I know people are going to say, probably going to have people come in and say, oh, no, why are you nitpicking? It's like, look, when you don't know this game for 10 plus years at this point, and look, yes, I never played at the collegiate level. Sure, I will admit that. However, when you have your second baseman and Purify, kind of fucking up what would look like, what I would see is like a normal routine backhander in the hole. Now, granted, I feel like he kind of rushed a little bit. And then you had a freaking and that one little no man's land little squibbler between where Lichtenberg and McClady kind of just couldn't make the play. And to be honest, it doesn't really look good now. Let's say God forbid, let's say this continues. Let's say with occasional errors like springing throughout the game, and and that's gonna be another thing. And I'm going to not heavily criticize the defense, but I would say if I'm Clemson's defense, I would tighten up because you cannot let your pitcher throw extra pitches because you're just fucking up. But anyways, we're going to look at the coaching resume with Eric Bakich entering his 4th season as the head coach of the Clemson baseball program. Has been to the regionals host for the last 3 seasons. And it had a 2019 finals appearance as a head coach at Michigan. So now it's going to be interesting. So Bird will deliver the first pitch, and that is line foul. Now, I will say, the one thing I do like about Clemson is so far Let me give you that is spiked in the ground. No, 1 ball, 1 strike. I will give you an update on LSU to all my LSU people out there. And that is swung on to shallow left. And that'll be caught out number 1. Yeah, that's the one thing too. That's kind of well, it's going to be another difficult too. You got to learn how to kind of play that. But look at the scoring all around college baseball before the next pitch. To my LSU fans, LSU is now down 4-2 in the bottom of the 4th after Berg delivers the first pitch for ball 1. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. Fly ball is to right center, and that'll be out number 2. And that was from Critton. Now we got the catcher Gerald now coming up. Now with 2 away here in the bottom half of the 2nd. So Jacob Gerald out of Florence, South Carolina, senior catcher at 6 feet tall, 220 pounds. And the first pitch swung off the end of the bat. And Berg will underhand flip it to first for out number 3. 1, 2, 3 go the Clemson Tigers going to the top of the 3rd. Army still leads 1-0. But yeah, so far, in that half inning for Clemson's offense, absolutely atrocious. Now, like I said, I don't mind them being aggressive, but you gotta be very selective on what you can do. Just be very pitch. You gotta be selective on what and get your pitch. But anyways, we are right now going into the top of the where are we at? Yeah, top 3. We're going to the top of the 3rd. Army still leading 1-0. Also scores around college baseball. We got Michigan State right now holding a 1-run lead going to the top of the 9th against Louisville. Quinnipiac right now down 14-4 to Old Dominion. That's in the top of the 7th. Stony Brook and Arkansas State. That's a 2-run game right there with Arkansas State holding a 2-run lead in the top of the 7th. Milwaukee right now currently up 4-2 over LSU in the bottom of the 4th. Then you got Wright State against the 15th ranked Georgia. That's a 5-1 ball game right now at the bottom of the 5th. Towson and Norfolk State. Not kind of surprising though. That I kind of felt like that was a pitching duel right now, top of the 6th. That's a 1-0 ball game. Another Illinois against North Carolina A&T. That's in the top of the 5th. That's an 8-1 ball game. Then you have Missouri State holding a 2-0 lead over the Louisiana Raging Cajuns. That's in the top of the 6th. But we'll go over more as we are entering the top of the 3rd with Army right now holding a 1-0 lead after the 2 errors caused by that they forced on the Clemson defense. But however, Canuck, despite that, look like he's been has pitched pretty good for the most part. But now we got William Parker, who was 0-for-1 today, who was reaching on one of the 2 errors. We'll take the first pitch just a bit high. 1 ball, no strikes at the belt. Now it's pitch number 53, and the 1-0, that is low. 2-0 on William Parker. And the 2-0, that is outside. 3-0. Oh boy, this is and that is true. And the 3-0, that is high, ball 4. That's going to be the second walk issued. Just straight a 4-pitch walk. Yeah. That's also true too. The leadoff walks, 9 times out of 10, they do suck. And like I said before, walks are going to happen. The way I look at this from a pitching perspective, like if you can just limit your walks, say if you have it under 5, or let's say under 4, you should be fine. But right now, that's 4 pitches. That's 5 pitches right now. That's missed outside the zone. Yeah, it seems like he's either 8. That's a good point too. Like either he's like falling short, or he's just holding the ball for a little bit too soon. And there it is, right on the end, right on the edge of the corner. 1 ball, 1 strike to Jack Quinlan, who is 0 for 1. Obviously, 1 of the 4 strikeouts from Canuck here this evening. And the 1-1, that hits him. Oh my God. Now, I would say, and I'm going to say this too. I know a lot of delusional fans would say, get somebody up in the bullpen. I mean, currently, looks like that just pitch got away from him. So right now, I mean, and that is also interesting too. You got to look at the pitch count right now. We're going to entering pitch number 60 here in the top of the 3rd, and square around the bunt, and now you got JT Craig, also 0 for 1 with the strikeout, ahead in the count, 1 ball, no strikes from Canuck. Yeah, now we're starting to get some bullpen action ready for the Clemson Tigers. We're gonna get so we got Dylan Harmon and Joe Allen coming in, get some double batter action for the Clemson Tigers. And that's gonna be the one thing I've also noticed with sometimes with the pitcher, with Clemson's pitching at times, like they will. How do I explain this? Because I know I haven't really been keeping up, but I've seen kind of like a pattern to where, like they can pitch well for a certain amount of innings, and then just all of a sudden it can just fall right apart. And look, I think Canucks are going to be I think Canucks going to have a really good season. It's just he's got to learn how to. Yeah, definitely a double play ball would be absolutely crucial to have. You need that twin killer. And now we got the DH McKillop, who walked in his first plate appearance. And Canuck with the first pitch. That is swung and a miss. Now it's 1-1 on McKillop. And that was from pitch number 61 on the day. And the 1-1, the bunt, and that is popped in the foul territory, and that's going to find the seat. 1-2. So we got 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That is strikeout number 5. I would say Canuck got away with the hanger. I will say that. That slider was what we call in the baseball world a cement mixer. He got away with one because JT Craig just kind of swung and missed. Phillip takes the first pitch and fouls it off. No balls and 1 strike. So overall, John McKillop, 6-hole walked and also has a run scored. So yeah, I kind of in a way swings and misses. Now behind the count, 0-2. Now I would say the way how everything. So 0-2. Now it's going to be. And the 0-2. That's in there. Called strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts. 6. There's 6 strikeouts overall for Adrian Kanaki. I mean, that's going to be another thing too. I wish, hopefully, at some point going in the next couple of years, they got to add like if anybody's watching, their the local MLB teams, and that's high ball one, can see where some of these pitchers are, have that little like a visual box. But overall, we got Carter Hewitt, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout, ahead in the count, 1 ball, no strikes, and the pitch. That's foul back, evens the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. I mean, it feels like it'll be one of those games. So, got 1-1. And here comes the pitch from Kanaki. It's in there. 1-2. Just got the outside corner. I mean, that's nothing you can really much do about it, because right now the best pitch in baseball is a well-located fastball. As we saw that right there on the outside corner. Can't really put it better than that. So we got 1-2 from Adrian Kanaki. He kicks and deals it. That is lined in the left, and that's going to be falling for a base hit. And the throw is going to be short, and he get it. Yes, he did. Nice tag from Gerald. And that's be out number 3. Nice little one, huh? Gotta love it. So either way, Army comes away with nothing going to the bottom of the 3rd. To be honest, and to Adrian Kanaki, that was probably the better innings in terms of try to reestablish his rhythm, be efficient. Well, have really good pitch efficiency. There's like a lot of things you can take away from that happening alone. But to overall, defense was better. I mean, considering the fact the first 2 innings, kind of giving up 2 errors, but at the same time too, at that point in time, kind of really didn't bite you in the ass. Well, I mean, actually, I kind of take that back a little bit. I mean, kind of hurt Clemson in a bit after letting that 1-run score. I mean, well, at the same time too. Now, that's one thing too, and here's another thing too. And like I said, go back to what my thing said about the walks. Right now, Canucks got 2. Any more than 3, you're pretty much fucked, in a sense. Now, if you can stay, be efficient of, do it, especially from that half inning, going. Yeah, that kind of blocking the play a little bit. It kind of does. Oh, damn, Murray got a first challenge. Oh, yeah, so the call is confirmed. The runner is out at home. Okay, so Army still leads 1-0 going to the bottom of the 3rd. All right. So that all being said, but yeah, like I was saying too, like a lot of stuff, I would say stuff that went wrong early for Clemson, especially on the defensive end. I mean, it's like the first inning and a half. Considering, yeah, you had your second baseman Purify kind of fucking up. Booting a easy ground routine. Well, I wouldn't say routine. I would say in a way, kind of oh, how do I explain it? Not it's an easy backhand for a lot, like a lot of middle infielders can make, and kind of I would say kind of rushed the throw, and I know kind of Barb was kind of going down the line, busting it down the line. Like Purify could have done, kind of like, not to ease up a little bit, but had like a strong, accurate throw without that overthrow. Is what I'm trying to is the point I was going to try to make. And but but yeah, that's one of the things. But Canuck, I mean, overall through two and a third innings, with 6 Ks and two walks. Then you had, and then Berg so far in his 2 innings with 2 hits, no runs, no walk, and no strikeouts. And really looking at it, yeah, I mean that is true. And Berg with the first pitch, hey, it's in there, no balls and a strike. And now we got Lichtenberger. That's fouled off 0-2. So it counts 0-2 on Lichtenberger. And the pitch from Berg. And yes, he did. Yep, went around for strike 3. That's the first K for Berg on the evening. Oh my God. You're right. Sorry about that, y'all. Kind of doing a little dog sitting. But the first pitch, I swung and fouled back. No balls and a strike on Bryce Clavon, the sophomore center fielder from out of Stockbridge, Georgia. Oh, man, we have a good. And the 0-1. It misses. 1 strike on Clavon, who made the first out to open up the 2026 college baseball season for the Clemson Tigers. Back in the first, well, you definitely love to see that. And Berg delivering the 1-1. That is swung and a missed. 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the 1-2 from Berg. And look at Clavon held up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And over last season for Clavon, 333 with a homer, 2 runs batted in with the 1207 OPS as a Georgia transfer, and tops on the ground at first, and that's just foul. So the count still holds 2 balls, 2 strikes on the sophomore center fielder. Let's look at the replay. Yeah, just went foul. Because that's probably the one of the things I would say not exactly. Well, I wouldn't say it would be the easy defend. It's inside the line. But the 2-2 once again, chopped on the ground up the middle. And that's off the glove, the second baseman into right into left field. And Clavon will just put the brakes on. So you have to get that as that's going to be another hit for Clemson. Now be just top the hanging breaking ball. So now if I was the second baseman, should have backhanded that because there's no way in hell you could probably would have done, thank you. Even the broadcast said, you have to there's things depending on how the ball comes off, like if it's out of your reach to where you can't get in front of it, you got to backhand that bitch. That's what's going on, Shadow. I I appreciate the enthusiasm, but I wouldn't say this is not going to be. Look, oh my lord. But I will say, I wouldn't say this is not going to be an easy. I definitely would love a Clemson win, 100%. That's down in the dirt, 1-1 on Purify. But in all reality, I look at I would definitely want a Clemson win. Being a long time Clemson fan, when it comes to the football program, courtesy of my family, kind of got it through my family. And yeah, oh Jesus. And Clevon gets fucking picked. You have got to be fucking kidding me. You numbnutsy. I will. That is disappointing. Very disappointing. The 1-1 is in there. 1-2. I mean, Clavon, dude, you got to be fucking smarter on the base pads, dude. And the 1-2. That's chopped on the ground. Foul. Still 1-2 on Purify. Boy, there's a lot. There's some things for Clemson are just doing fucking wrong. Now, like I said, I'm not going to harp on too much, like I said, because I can be delusional at times when it comes to baseball and shit like that. But and the 1-2 that is lined into left down the line, foul. Jesus Christ, straighten that shit out. Oh my goodness. So holds 1-2. Oh boy, it ain't a good. With Clevon, that's still gonna fucking irk me throughout the rest of the game because, like, you got to be smarter. That's all I'm gonna say. I mean, outside the 2 errors, I mean, of course, Canuck to throw extra pitches, and that's in there called strike 3. And Clemson comes away with nothing again for another inning because you got Clevon already got his ass picked off. And just shit's not going. It seems like nothing is going right. For Clemson on the offensive end. Now, I don't know. I say nothing. I don't say nothing has to change. Hey, look, if you're telling you're being irking, oh, take it from me, because. And let's go back to what I said about Clevon. Like you had. It ain't a baseball season until you guys either see me fucking lose my shit or anybody that's in the chat losing their shit, because I'm not mad, but I'm questioning. Clevon, I think the way I look at this is dude, you got caught. If you're talking about getting caught flat-footed is an understatement. Dude just got it. Like that was a perfect example right there of getting caught flat-footed. And that tells you right all then and there. Oh shit. But seriously, like how stupid do you have to be to get your ass? Because right now you need runs at this point in time. You need fucking runs, and I get it. We're going to the top of the 4th, which I should have fucking just changed that right there. You're going to the top of the 4th right now, and I get it. It's right now we're not even at the halfway point yet. If I say give it to like the 6th or the 7th to the point where it's like you can't get a run going, yeah, that's a problem. 100% right there. That is the absolute fucking problem. Now, that being said, if Clemson can find a way to get their heads out of their goddamn asses and actually, and I know they're putting some decent hits together, but there's no consistency. It's like maybe 1 or 2 hits, let's say in a single inning, then there's nothing to say for the next half or whatever. And now you're just kind of just seeing, Yeah. Well, Adrian Canuck right now in 3 innings gave a scattered 3 hits, no runs, 2 walks, 6 Ks. The 1-2-3 hitters 2 for 5. Yeah, absolutely. Even on opening day, that's fucking pathetic. I'm just saying, like, Clemson's got to they got to figure shit out. That's all I'm gonna say. But Canuck delivered the first pitch right in there, down the chute. No balls, 1 strikey. And the 0-1, that's fouled back, 0-2. Oh no, got Harrison. Oh shit. And that's lined out into the center in the right field for a base hit. That's gonna be the 4th on the day. I didn't realize we made a pitching change. So now I got Harrison on the bump. So Canuck goes 3 innings. Obviously not going to get the decision. And that's a high pitch for no balls and a strike from Harrison. Ain't no damn way. And the 1-0. And with a try to go for a sack bunt, but that is fouled off. Evens count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, no shit. So yeah, I've got a 6'5" freshman, Dylan Harrison, out of Fontana, California. And the 1-1, that is popped foul, 1-2. Yeah. And that's line foul. Still holds 1-2 from Dylan Harrison. So and like I said, that is line foul right in the seats. Still, the count still holds 1-2 from Daryl Harrison. Obviously, with a nice little location of it might have been his curveball or slider, one of the fucking two. But Canuck, I thought he pitched pretty okay in this very first start of the regular season. But I would say that I would say, if I'm kind of the head coach, well, I want to say we'll get on on the 2 errors, but I would say, I would definitely keep that in mind. And the 1-2, that is off the hands foul. I mean, that is true. I mean, who wouldn't? Yeah. I mean, no one blame the enthusiasm, but Harrison again, 1-2. That's foul back again. And yeah, like I said, decent start from Canuck. I mean, giving up 6, striking out 6 over 3, giving up unfortunately the 2 walks, and one kind of hurt a little bit. And the 1-2 again. The question is how much you're cashing out, and that's called for out number 1. How much you're cashing out? That's my thing. If I were you, I definitely would cash out because yeah. And speaking of Wake Forest, I knew that wasn't if anyone has not seen the final score out of that, freaking Houston. I think just take it, just cash it out at that point. I mean, you still got you still almost get your money. You still almost made the money back anyways. But yeah, Clemson right now is kind of tweaking. I will not lie on that. But now we got Chris Barr, 1 for 2, and takes the first pitch inside. 1 ball, no strikes from Dale and Harrison. Well, yeah, definitely cash out at this point. But yeah, Wake Forest, I would say, didn't look that great against in their game against Houston when I looked at the box score, and that's in there. Evens accounts 1 ball, 1 strike. To and now a little look over. And almost got away from the first baseman on the pickoff attempt. And the 1-1. That's a bit high. Did he go? Yeah, it looks like he held, and now it's going to be 2 balls on the strike. To Chris Barr, who. I mean, we got the 6'5". I mean, you can say he could probably hit in the upper 90s. And Barr, and that's gonna nice grab from Clavani for out number 2. That was just a great read from Clavon. I mean, still kind of doesn't make, in a way, kind of makes up for his base running blunder. Now you gotta love it. Anyways, now we got Harrison with 2 away here in the top of the 4th. And now we got Ainsworth now coming up. With the runner on first with 2 away here in the 4th. And the first pitch is a bit high, 1 ball, no strikes. As is. And the 1-0. That is lined out to center, and that is another grab. Did it again. And that's going to be out number 3. Dude, Clavon, in a way, I kind of forgave you from the base running blunder that you had to freaking get him picked up, but made 2 really great catches. You ain't wrong. I mean, that's how about put your body on the line. That's probably one way to do it. That's pretty cool. It's a great tradition. Oh, it's a fantastic tradition. And also, to shout out to all our military servicemen and women, and we appreciate you guys, everything that you guys are doing to help keep this country where it is right now. You gotta love it too. and take it from me, who's got some military members in my family. I mean, I love it. Oh, absolutely. And that and we got Bird getting ahead in the count. No balls and a strike as we start the bottom of the fourth to McClatty. Swings and misses 0-2. So McClatty, his first time out, grounded out to into the double play back in the second. And the 0-2. Chopped on the ground and to short. Easy play for out number one. That's two ground balls right now. Ground ball outs from McClatty. Almost like a sinker, almost the way the. Yeah, I mean, true, but you hit on the ground for out number one. And now we got Savoy. We'll take the first pitch and chop it on the ground. This is gonna be trouble. And he got on me. Wow. Yeah, we're gonna. Yeah, because now I need to really see this, see the replay, and kind of get my thoughts on this shit. Let's. Hmm. Yep, right there. It was saved by a step. Yeah, and that's another thing too. As a first baseman, and and that's a good point too by the broadcast. Carter Hewitt, I don't think he's played first base that long, but I would say if he does, like say, play like some of these amateur leagues around the country, I know he's going to have to fulfill his 5 years. Right now we just had Savoy reach on a bang bang play, which they're going to just pretty much overturn it. We do have Gaffney coming up, the number 4 hitter in the lineup. So the one thing I also, and now I think is much easier depending on whose baseball program. Which, by the way, I'm gonna have to start following a lot of these baseball programs because I know they usually will put the lineups out like an hour or two before, so I can, because in terms, as you guys can see right here, I use the score count scoreboard. And as this is kind of how I will design for all baseball games. Once I know what the lineup is, I'll get this already pre-made ahead of time, and then depending on what time the first pitch is. And that's going to be another thing, too. You're going to, like I said, in terms, not just from the Clemson side of things, but you're going to see a lot of college baseball this year. I know and I know I've been slacking the last few years. So that's my fault. But now we got Gaffney and with the pitch out, and that's misses for ball one. And that's going to be a wild pitch. And Savoy goes to second. Now moves up to scoring position. Okay, now Clemson might be getting something going here. Yeah, just the first pitch slider just got away from the catcher. Yeah, that should have and that should have been blocked out in front. And now Army's going to have a meeting on the mound. Kind of talk things over with the number 5, the 5 hitter Daly, the Mercer transfer. Now, hopefully with the golden opportunity to get this time run in to make this a ball game. So it is gonna be one of those things. So that all being said, I do appreciate anyone who's just coming in. Like I said, you're gonna see I'm gonna do this more on a weekly basis. Because I know Tyler, he's not like I said, it's probably just gonna be me be doing this. If you guys like college baseball content, I will be doing these, like I said, I'll be doing these more. If you guys just definitely let me know either in the chat or comments, or hell, if you guys do follow me on social media, I'll put something out. And then you can let me know. But the 1-0 is a bit low. 2-0 to Dally. And Burke right now at 35 pitches so far here in the bottom of the fourth, sorry. And the pitch, that is outside, 3-0. So, man, I think it was like 3 straight sliders. I mean, at this point, you got to sit on the fastball at this point. And the 3-0. Outside ball 4, and that's going to be a walk to Dally going up to the number 6 spot in Crichton. Now this is probably the better innings that Clemson has had all goddamn day. But I will say you have to capitalize on this if you're Clemson at this point. I mean, granted, yes, we're in the bottom of the fourth, but if you come away with fucking nothing, yeah, you're gonna piss a lot of people off. But now we got Crichton takes the first pitch, chops it foully. There's Owen, no balls and a strike to Crichton. I mean, right now, that was Dally, because Gaffney walks. Sorry. My apologies. We have Dally now, who is 0 for 1. Down on the count, no balls and a strike. And a quick little throw over. Whoa. Jesus Christ. Boy, this is going to be almost the second time that Clemson has got themselves picked off. So, boy, you are fucking lucky. I can't even tell. And now I go 0-1. And the pitch from Berge. That's off the hands, and that is going to be a can of corn for the second baseman. Oh, my God. Now we got Crichton. Hopefully at some point. What do we do? Clemson, what are y'all doing? You're in the bottom of the fourth. And this is basically what I said. Like, the fact you had a 1-out rally going, and yet you're going to fucking squander this shit. So now we got Jack Crichton. Also 0 for 1 today. And the first pitch in there, no balls and a strike. Really, it's going to be one of those games where Clinton. And the 0-1, that is high. 1 ball, 1 strike. And I'm going to be honest. Actually, now we're going to go this way. Fix it this way. So y'all can actually see the lineup and the 1-1. That's in the dirt. 2-1. And you got the catcher right behind him. Please, for the love of all that is holy, Clemson, y'all got to figure something out. Now the count 2-1 on Crichton, who is still ahead in the count, just misses 3-1. And that's right now Berg now up to 44 pitches on the day. And that is true. This is probably this one stressful inning from Berg so far here today, this evening. And Berg with the 3-1. That is high ball forward. And that's going to load the bases for Gerald. So Jacob Gerald, please, for the love of all that is holy, and I'm going to say this too, can we score some goddamn runs? I'm going to make the clear right now. If you come, and this is basically what I said about like 30 minutes ago, if this offense can squander with the runners on, it is going to, we're going to have a problem. So Gerald 0 for 1 as well. Oh boy. And the first pitch. That is high ball one. Okay. Now looks like Burke kind of shaking up a little bit. I mean, you have to. And the one, and here's the 1-0 to Gerald. That was ball two. I don't know what you're swinging. I mean, I appreciate, like I said, the aggressiveness, I have no problems with. But you have to be very selective of, picking your pitches. And right now, the count's even 1-1 instead of 2-0, in my honest opinion. And that's low, 2-1. So we got 2-1. And the 2-1. Oh, it just missed his pitch. Now it evens the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Oh, please, for the. Oh, no, that's not what I meant. Damn it. So now we got 2-2. And Berg. And the pitch. Oh, and Gerald just holds it. He just had nice job holding. Now the runners will be off and running on this pitch. So my question is, to all my Clemson fans out there, to me, I hope to God we get some runs and the pitch. Are you fucking kidding me? You have got to be kidding me. What? Wow. This is how you're coming out on opening week on your home ballpark. I don't know what to say. We're going now. We're at the halfway point. Yep. Oh God. Clemson. We're gonna have a serious conversation. What in God's green earth you couldn't not come away with one goddamn run? I swear to God, I don't know what it is. Look, I get it. Baseball's one of those sports. It's like it can be up and down. But in the case of Clemson so far in this game alone, that was your best chance to get back into the goddamn ball game. But the fact you couldn't do that, I don't know what to say. Like seriously, the way I can describe how this Clemson offense is doing is what the Phillies offense done has kind of I would say when it comes to runners scoring position, they have not done diddly squat with runners on. Oh. That's in there. No balls and a strike. That's foul back. 0-2. Here's the thing. I could not be even more disappointed in this Clemson offense. That's low in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. It's gonna be one of those. It's gonna be one of those. That's chopped foul. Still holds 1-2. And the 1-2. Swing and a miss. That is strikeout number 1 for Dylan Harrison, for the young freshman. Hey, nice little cut. Look at cutter up and away. And the first pitch. That is fouled back. No balls and a strike. And Quinlan, so far 0 from 1, also was hit by a pitch in the last half inning. And Quinlan, that is going to be down the right field line. That's going to fall in for extra bases. And that's going to be the first double of the day. Yeah. Like that. No disrespect to the Army Black Knights. Yeah, just take it the other way. It's probably the best piece of hitting all day that we've seen. So now we got JT Craig. And the first pitch. That's in there. Takes the first pitch. Breaking ball. No balls and a strike. It was 0 for 2 with 2 punch outs. And the 0-1. That's in there. 0 and 2. I mean, that is true. That's what you like to see out of a young kid. You just gotta have there's no consistent strikes. Now we got 0-2. And the pitch. That is off the hands to short. And Lichtenberger with a nice play for out number 2. Here in the top of the 5th. And so now we got John McKillop, the number 6 in the DH, with 2 away here with the runner, with pretty much with the runner in scoring position. Takes the first pitch, swings on the chops and on the ground a second. Purify, better play this time around. Will make the play for out number 3. Well, to the bottom of the 5th we go. Clemson's still down 1-0. And at this point, right now, Army's just doing all the things right, as you need. But yeah, and let my buddy Tyler know, because in terms of anything Clemson related, yeah, just gonna have to pass. Oh, and okay. All right, whatever you. But in all seriousness, though, I mean, kudos to all the Clemson fans showed up tonight at the ballpark. I'm sorry, dude. We have to see. I don't know what to say, man. I legitimately don't. But we also have looking at some key transfers for the Clemson Tigers. We had Lichtenberger from Appalachian State. Then we had Ty Daly out of from Mercer. Nate Savoy from Loyola Marymount. And then you have the center fielder from Georgia, and the first pitch is low and inside for 1 ball, no strikes to Lichtenberger. And the 1-0. And that is a bit high and inside. 2-0. So far, 0 for 1 with the strikeout. And the 2-0. Chopped on the ground. Foul. Oh, and had a little bit of a production issue. I mean, that is true. I mean, I got to give Berg credit in that. Like, the confidence to pitch into a lefty is. And Lichtenberg just straight away left it. And Parker will make the catch for out number 1. We are going to be, it's going to be one of those fucking games. So, yeah. So, that's just. Then we got Bryce Clavon, who's 1 for 1 with a single, and unfortunately got picked off earlier in the game. We'll take the first pitch, chopped it on the ground up the middle, and Barr will make the nice strong throw over the first for out number 2. Here we. So now I got the top of the order with Purify, and you're not. Yeah. Does not make any lick of sense to me at all. And Jaron Purify, 1 for 2. And the first pitch, it's out low and outside. 1 ball, no strikes to Purify. I mean, definitely could. And the 1-0. That's lined out under the glove of the first baseman. And there's Purify reaching on. It's his second hit of the day. And just take it the other way. That. And now we got McClatty, the third baseman, who I don't know. Oh, come on. That's fucking damn. Oh my god. I'm gonna see how. Another close pick. Jesus Christ, Clemson. You got to be quicker. That's you ain't freaking wrong on that front. So, the first pitch to McClatty, chopped on the ground, foul. Yeah, that's true. So now McClatty right now down the count, no balls on the strike, and the pitch from Berg lifts it out to right off the end of the bat to Parker for out number 3. And again, another inning wasted by the Clemson offense. Top of the 6th we go. Army still leads 1-0 over the Clemson Tigers. You know, am I going to be disappointed that they're going to if the way how this offense, if I know it's going to be, yeah, oh, absolutely, I would be absolutely disappointed. Considering the fact that it's, I don't know, like just shit's like stuff has just kind of went wrong. I mean, the two errors early in the game, then the inconsistent of your certain hitters in the goddamn lineup. Then the last couple, like last inning and a half, I mean, you had the bases loaded with less than 2 outs, and you couldn't get that fucking done. To be honest, if I like, I know I'm going to be one of those guys. It's like, so definitely have to push him in practice, but that's just the irrational kind of just talking a little bit. But I will say, I mean, look, kudos to Army. I'm not going. Yeah, a couple of walks, and unfortunately, they kind of came back to bite them. And at the same time, they also the two different, both McClatty and Purify, kind of fucked up with the two errors. And now I kind of just seeing, yeah, that bases loaded jam, that that was a golden opportunity to get back in the goddamn ball game, and they couldn't even do that right. And now we're going to the top of the sixth with Army. Reno still holding strong, 1-0. And Canuck, like I said, has not been terrible. I mean, I expected better in opening day. When it comes to the Tigers' offense, overall, 0 for 5 with runners in scoring position. That to tell you right there how crazy, how bad the offense. Well, not say bad, but how inconsistent the offense is tonight. And I've got Harrison now back out for another inning of work. Yeah. So now we got Corey Hewitt to lead it off, and we'll take the first pitch on the outside corner. No balls and a strike. Also, Corey Hewitt, 1 for 2. And the 0-1. That is lined out to right center field. That's going to fall in for a base hit for Hewitt, his second of the day. Yeah. And now we got more bullpen action going up for the Clemson Tigers with Joe Allen getting himself ready. And the first pitch, and that is a nice little bunt in front of the plate. A nice little sack bunt from Army moves the runner into scoring position with less than 2 outs. And DeBrule can't really ask him much better out of that in terms of a nice sack bunt to get the runner over. Easy basically fundamentals 101. Yeah. Yep, I know. And same with next Friday night, too. I do appreciate that, normal guy. And to be honest, god damn. That's out in there. No balls on a strike to Thomas Schreck. So overall tonight, 0 for 2. Also has a fielder's choice. And then you got Neil. And the 0-1. That's foul back. 0-2. That was just a fucking meatball right down the middle. And but yeah, so now we got 0-2 on Shrek with the leadoff hitter Barr waiting behind him. And the pitch from the young Harrison, chopped on the ground. That's gonna nice little snag by Purify for out number 2, and almost overthrew. Oh, Jesus Christ! And the runner advances to third, and now we got 2 away here in the top of the 6th. Yeah, that is also true too. The first pitch is in there, no balls and a strike. And Chris Boyer down on the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Or sorry, 0-1. My apologies. And also is 1 for 3. Fly ball to straightaway right. And Dally will make the catch for out number 3. Bottom 6 we go with. And now, oh my God, my side of my head itches. So Clemson right now, to be honest, I'm very disappointed. But, like I said, I got to give a lot of credit to the world to the Army Black Knights because they're executing a lot of the things right. Pitch has been solid for them, putting some really timely hits together and, and just really just doing all the right things. Clemson, on the other hand, like I said before, had 2 errors in the first 2 innings, which unfortunately led to Canuck having to, throwing extra pitches and, kind of hurt him in the end. It's just a lot of shit just kind of went wrong. I definitely, if I know the bad chitch, I do think he's going to get back into the lab and get these guys right for the next couple of games, because there is no way in hell that you should be coming out playing flat like this. But in all seriousness, though, like I said, I think, look, if we, like I said, Clemson does lose, I'm going to have to tip my cap to the Army Black Knights. I mean, they did talk about on the broadcast. They were the favorite, or one of the favorites, in saying the Patriot League. Obviously, kind of do make a run at the national championship, but we'll see. We'll see how that plays out for the remainder of the season. Because right now, it kind of seems like they are playing like the top, one of the top teams in the Patriot Leagues. Because right now it is. But Berg, right now, going into his 6th inning of work, 3 Ks, 2 walks, only scattered 5 hits, but 0 runs. Like, you can't really ask that from your number 1 guy in the rotation. So now, and the first pitch from Berge takes it in there, no balls and a strike to Nate Savoy, who is 2 for 2 with 2 singles. So we got Savoy, Gaffney, and Dally scheduled. And breaking ball just misses outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. And now we're going to look at the Clemson, the Army bullpen with Jacob Vanderhav. And a fly ball just straight away left center. And there's Parker will get underneath for out number 1. Jesus Christ. Yeah, let's say the other pulling the head out or just dropping that backside. Oh, yeah, 100%. I mean, there's a lot of things you can pull. And the first pitch to Gaffney swings and misses, no balls and a strike. Yeah, because that's been inconsistent. I mean, there's nothing else I can say. And that's fouled off 0-2. And the 0-2 off the hands. And that is going to, and there's a center fielder will make the catch for out number 2. Oy vey. So yeah, this is kind of where we're at right now. For anyways, it's just coming in. We're in the sixth. I got Ty Daly, who's now also 0 for 2. Jesus Christ. Swings at the first pitch and fouls it back. No balls and a strike. And the 0-1. That's a bit. Back foot breaking ball misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the 1-1. That's fly ball to straightaway right, left center. Coming on is a shortstop. Makes the catch for out number 3. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Good. So Army West Point right now, they're just having their way with the Clemson Tigers. Inconsistent offense right now at this point in time. As we are going to the top of the 7th. Still 1-0 ball game. I mean, like I said, it could have been worse. Oh, because had Canuck obviously in certain like a few innings where he had like a strikeout streak going. Like this game could have gotten out of hand if Army wanted it to. And seeing of how this offense has been inconsistent, been terrible with runners on, even runners in scoring and with runners in scoring position. To be honest, though, man, it's asinine, for a lack of a better term. And to really, I don't know, man. Like this shit is already disappointing, and damn, both my eyeballs itch. But anyways, it's obviously crappy side note, but at the same time, it's like, and I get it, it's opening week, but I expect you to play your best, and that's one thing too. That's usually even like that's even just not just for to be all levels. I expected to everyone play at their best when it comes to opening day, especially for baseball fans. And seeing this performance by the Clemson Tigers at their home ballpark, yeah, that should tell you right then and there how inconsistent this offense is so far throughout the night. I mean, like I said, Berg, like he may not have like the strikeout stuff, but he's letting the Clemson Tigers just put the ball in play and let his defense do the work. And he's already going in right now to do 6 shutout innings of 1-run baseball. That makes literally. I mean, so now we got Addison Ainsworth to lead it off here in the top of the 7th, 0 for 3 on the day. Mm-mm-mm. And the first pitch from Harrison is in there. 1 ball, no balls on a strike on a nice backdoor curveball from the young freshman. And the 0-1, that's off the hands, 0-2. And the 0-2, chopped on the ground a second to purify for out number 1. Not bad. Mm-hmm. That's in a little bit low. 1 ball, no strikes to Parker. And the 1-0. That's outside. 2-0. And the 2-0. That's in there. 2-1 on the outside corner. And that's swung and a miss. 2-2. And the 2-2 pitch. That's a bit high. 3-2. And a 3-2. And they're called strike 3. All right. So 2 away here in the top of the 7th. That's in there. No balls on a strike from the freshman. And the 0-1. That's fouled off. 0-2. I'm sorry, but Kanan looked good, and now the freshman coming in in relief, looking really nice, and that is lined up to let, and that is out of here. You have got to be fucking. So Jack Quinlan gets his first home run of the year for the Army Black Knights. Wow. Now I need to see the replay. Where did Harrison miss? Let's see the. Oh, cement mixer. Yeah, you don't miss there. And the first pitch is in there. No balls and 1 strike. And the 0-1. That's in there. 0-2. And the 0-2. That's popped up, and that is going to find the seats. Still holds the count. No balls, 2 strikes. And the 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And Army extends the lead 2-0 after the solo home run by Jack Quinlan. Ain't no God. Now, I will say, like I said, I am not going to say, how do I explain this? But I mean, but yeah, so, and, mm, 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 mm. But yeah, but like I said, overall, like I said, not the most prettiest game I would say from the Clemson side of things. And oh boy. And now I got Berg back on the bump for inning to start his 7th inning of work. And we'll deliver the first pitch. That's a bit high. 1 ball, no strikes to Matt Crichton, who is also 0 for 1 with a walk. And that's lined out to right. And that's going to fall in for a base hit. So at least Clemson's got something going. God damn. Oh my God. All right. Come on. Hang on a second, y'all. I'm going to have to freaking close ESPN app because that shit's already it's okay. Starting to a little freeze on me, and I fucking hate that. Yeah, so Clemson gets their head again. Just bear with fucking with me. What the fuck is going on today? Damn, I'm already at first baseball stream of the year. I'm already having technical problems. Ain't no goddamn way. Um, damn, where's the back baseball section? There you are. Yep. Oh well, now Clemson gets on the board finally. Took you long enough, you bastards. So, so Gerald finally gets the Clemson Tigers on the board. Probably the best time to never. And that is true. I mean, yeah, good point. That's in there. 1 ball, 1 strike to Lichtenberger. So 0 for 2 with a strikeout from Lichtenberger. And the 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1-2. And the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Yeah. And that's a 4th strikeout for Berg today. Yeah. And that's out number 1. And now we got the center fielder Clevon now making his way 1 for 2 tonight. Or Clavon. And we got a pitching change here, folks. And we got not up at 2. Now, let me look at Army. Look at the box score. Trying to see. Yes, sir. Finally. But not too bad though. I mean, overall 9 Ks for so far. That's for the Clemson 2 pitchers combined. I'm okay with that. And it's kind of crazy too. I'm really looking at their hitting stats combined. It's pretty much almost identical tonight. Both teams got 7 hits. Both have a homer tonight. Clemson 10 total bases compared to Army's 11. However, Army, it's been has 7 runners left on compared. All right, but yeah, you can kind of understand it. Now, all right, now we got Vanderhav. I mean, oh yeah, not bad. 6 and a third, 7 hits, 2 runs, 2 Ks and 2 walks and 4 Ks. Then I've got Jacob Vanderhagen Jr. out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Now we're going to meet him for the first time here in the bottom of the 7th with one away here for the Clemson Tigers. So now we got Clavon in there. No balls on a strike. Little, yeah, a little like low 3/4. Yeah, a little. Now we get to see a funky arm angle. And the old one just got it popping them up to straightaway to a little bit of the right to left center. And that will be caught for out number 2. 2 pitches, 1, and got the second out. And now got top of the order with Purify. Overall on the day, 2 for 3. Now the first pitch, the bat outside, 1 ball, no strikes. And the 1-0, chopped on the ground, back up the middle. All right, so out of that, Clemson ties the game up at 2. We're going to the top of the 8th. Tie game. We're coming down to the wire here, folks. But yeah. I mean, Gerald, thank you God for getting us on the board. But yeah, it's just one of those things. But I think overall, it's been a good game. And up to this, well, from say most of your Army, and fan of Army Black Knights, but I think but overall than that, not too bad though. I mean, we're going to bite this quickly. I mean, we're at what 2 hours 12 minutes, just barely the 2 hour and 12 minute mark here on the stream. So shout out to everyone that's either watching, tuning in, wherever you've been watching this, or interacting in the chat. Shout out to Normal Guy, shout out X223. Shout out to Don Doe, who was in here earlier in the day. Shout out to every single one of y'all. So, as we're getting ready for the 8th, if you guys like what you see, because like I said, well, actually, we're looking at some of the recaps. Yeah, with an opposite field piece. And all tied up at 2 of the 8th inning. Not 100%. That was, even though I would say that the obviously good middle portion of the game was freaking a snooze fest from, well, mostly from the Clemson standpoint. So now we got Harrison again. And that is swung on to the straightaway center. Clavon will have to back up for a bit and makes the catch for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out from the freshman. Yeah, I mean, he's doing everything. I mean, he's picked up. I mean, definitely a really nice kid to really pick up Kanan. After Kanan went through 3 strong innings, swing and a miss, strike one from Harrison, and Harrison with a nice little riding fastball, and the 0-1, and just yanks it outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the 1-1. Swing and a miss, strike two. That's about high, 2-2. And the pitch. That's foul back. Still holds 2 balls, 2 strikes. No, not at all. And the 2-2 once again from Harrison. That's popped up. And that's going to be looking in the seats, and that is going to be a foul ball. Still, the count holds 2 balls, 2 strikes. But Harrison's been pitching well. I mean, ever since they came in, one in the 4th inning for Kanan. That's high, 3-2. Kind of just got underneath the fastball a little bit. But any trouble that Harrison runs into, you probably have Joe Allen ready to go, or if push comes to shove. That is lined out to left, and that's going to fall in and that's going to be another extra bases for Army. That's going to be their second double of the day by Carter Hewitt. And now we got DeBrule. Now come. Yeah, that's going to be another thing too. Like that, his breaking ball is like it seems like it just hangs. And that is going to do it for Harrison. I mean, rightfully so. Getting a nice standing ovation from the crowd. I mean, job well done for what 4 and a third up to this point. But a great. And now I got Joe Allen ready to go. So that being said, but shout out to everyone though. But credit to now it's going to be interesting to see what Joe Allen's going to do. Now with the runner on second base with less than 2 outs, because right now the goal right now for the Clemson pitching, just don't let them score, because you make a mistake, which this pitching has done. Harris. Not going to blame the kid, because his breakable kind of just was a cement mixer, and that's going to be another thing too. He's going to learn how to. I don't know what his repertoire is looking like, but I will have to see. I will definitely talk about it. Probably, I don't know if everybody want to do a video, like a video, something like that. But really, if you really look at how his fastball has a nice ride through the zone, I think if I'm not the way I've been seeing it, I think he's got like 2 pitches, and that I don't think that slider is that well. I mean, you can still work on it throughout the season and during practices, which sure you can that's going to happen. What I was going to say, yeah. So that all said, Harrison 4 and a third, 5 hits, 1 run. No walks, 3 Ks on 62 pitches. You really can't ask any more from a freshman to really show out on opening day. Yeah, But now we got Joe Allen now in the ball game. And Joe Allen coming in at 6'3", 220 pounds out of Hampton Falls, New Hampshire. Overall, last season went 5-0 with a 1.84 ERA and 29 in the third innings pitch, with 32 strikeouts to 17 walks and only 23 appearances for the Clemson Tigers. And now we got and the first pitch from Allen. It's a bit hot, right in there. Wow, first pitch breaking ball in there for strike one. So David DeBrule so far 2 for 2 with 2 singles, and also has a good sack bunt. And here, and the 0-1, and it's been inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Almost hit him. And the 1-1 from Allen. That's foul back. 1-2. So now count 1-2. And the payoff pitch. That is swung and a miss. Strike 3. And that'll be 2 away here in the top of the 8th. That's probably the best place breaking ball you could probably have. That's a nice curve. That's either slider or curveball. Now 2 away. Now you got the short side, Thomas Schreck. And the first pitch. And a fly ball to the straightaway left. And Savoy would make the catch. And good job by Allen out of the bullpen to keep this game tied going into the bottom of the 8th inning. So bottom 8 we go. Still knotted up at 2 for this game. Thank God, I am legit hungry now. Yeah, so yeah, that be all that. Some of the damn mic stand. Overall, not a bad game. Definitely not the prettiest from Clemson. I mean, early on, was not the prettiest. I thought Adrian Cannon, I thought pitched pretty, like I said, pitched pretty well in 3 innings. Gave you 6 Ks with 2 walks, which, like I said before, and I was, and my grandfather told me this too one time. Like, if you limit your walks like to 2 walks or less a game, you should be fine. And and so far, it wasn't too bad. I mean, I only gave it 1 run. Kind of that 1 walk kind of did bite him in the ass, so to speak. But I think overall, not good job by the Clemson pitching. I mean, look, only probably the worst. I'm going to use that term, the word worse loosely, because obviously, Harrison, young freshman, I mean, can't really, get on him a little bit, but he's got to learn how to find another out pitch, because I don't know if that breaking ball is going to. I think he's got to find a way to improve that breaking ball, or hell, even add a fucking changeup to his arsenal, because there's no way in hell you can get by with 2 pitches, especially at the college level. But look at the upcoming schedule tomorrow. We got a double. Oh shit! So we got a double header and part of the series. Then you got the Charlotte 49ers coming in as well on Tuesday against Bryant. That's a series from the 20th to the 22nd. Then you got Presbyterian, and against the Gamecocks on the 27th, which if you guys want me to see me to stream that game, let me know, because I will gladly would do that. But yeah, that's kind of the upcoming schedule for the Clemson Tigers so far. So now we got Vanderhav back out in the bottom of the 8th with the first pitch in there. No balls and a strike. And McClatty so far 0 for 3 and 2 of them have been ground ball outs. And the 0-1 to and that's inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah. So count even 1 ball, 1 strike on McClatty. Then you got Savoy and then Gaffney. And we got time called. So before the next pitch, trying to get himself reset. Because right now, not the best game from McClatty. I mean, grounded out twice. And that's chopped on the ground the other way. That's in there for a base hit. And past the shortstop Shrek. So that's going to be a leadoff single for the Clemson Tigers here in the bottom of the 8th. With now you got Savoy coming up. I mean, it's a good piece of hitting. I mean, I'm not. But what's the one? Oh, yeah. So now we got Nate Savoy, who's also 2 for 3 tonight. And the first pitch. That is low, and that gets shut. And smart by McClatty just to get back, because good God, that's going to be another thing. Like with Clavon, earlier in the game got picked off, and Clemson, there was more than one occasion that they're going to run themselves, had almost run themselves out. The 1-0, that's in there. 1 ball, 1 strike to Savoy. I guess looking for a breaking ball. I think that's kind of where. That's what I'm thinking. And the 1-1, that is low, and there's a stolen base. And there goes freaking McClatty going to third. And then Clemson now probably in the best position that they've been in since the last couple innings ago when they had the bases loaded with less than 2 outs. Now you got a runner on third with nobody out. 1 little ground ball or will bring that run, 100%. Yeah, just threw up a little wild. Yeah. So pretty much a stolen base, E2. Now Savoy, don't have the right dude try too damn much. That's in there, 2-2. I don't know what the hell Savoy looking for. That's 2 fastballs that he's looked at right down the goddamn middle. Unless he's selling out for a goddamn breaking ball, I have no fucking clue. And here comes the 2-2 from Vanderhaven. And Savoy to straightaway center. I think he deserved it. Lost it. And that is going to bring in the go-ahead run for the Clemson Tigers, who now go out in front, 3-2. And the center fielder misplayed it. Now Clemson, oh, yeah, that kind of sucks. Yeah, just lost it right in the lights. Yeah, and that's another thing too. Even like the twilight most of the time, especially with the bright white baseball, it's not the best. It sucks. And now we got a meeting on the mound for Army. Now the momentum now has shifted into the favor of the Clemson Tigers here in the bottom of the 8th. But to all the Clemson fans who are watching those on ESPN or coming in, me doing this game. I think yeah. And now we got a guy waving the paw print. Love to see it. Mm-hmm. Not exactly wrong on that front. So that being said, now we got Luke Gaffney, who's 0 for 2 with a walk, with an opportunity to add more tag onto the insurance runs and the first. That's in there, and that okay. So that's 1-0, or wow, I don't know how far do you want that to fucking miss? Look like a strike to me, but I mean that's low. 2-0. And here comes the 2-0. That's outside. 3-0. Yeah. And definitely, and the 3-0, that's it. Okay, well, we got a green light take. All right, now it looks like uh now we got Gaffney all right now already ahead in the count, 3-1 with Daly right behind him. And the pitch. That is fouled off. Now the count's now 3-2. Yeah, stop me up. I mean, a little Rolling Stones can't hurt anybody. You know, my grandfather. And the pitch. That is to straight away right. And that's what he caught for out number one. However, the runner now advances to third with less than 2 outs here in the bottom of the eighth. Look, and that's a great job from Gaffney. Great at bat. You really can't ask anything better out of Gaffney right there in that situation. And now you with Dally, the number 5 hitter. Come on, we have to keep tacking on. We got to keep tacking on these insurance runs. Because right now, one is not enough. So now Ty Dally. And that wow, he intentionally walked him. I mean, that is true. I mean, that could also work in the Army's favor. But now we got Creighton. Or Crichton, sorry. My apologies. Oh, absolutely. You got have to be on the same page, especially runners on the corners, less than 2 outs. You need to attack on more insurance runs if you want to get a home win in your own ballpark. So I mean, yeah. Anyways, uh, Detroit. All right. And now we got Crichton, who was the setup man for that 2-run go ahead home run or game tying home run by Gerald. And the first pitch. That's in just low, said the home plate umpire. And 1 ball, no strikes. So no ball, 1 ball, no strikes to Crichton. Singled his last time up. And the pitch. That's in there on the inside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna. And then 1-1. Chopped on the. And he got him. And the Tigers going to the bottom of the top of the ninth. Clemson come now. It's going to be interesting of who we're going to see. Now, I think they're going to. I think they're going to stick with Allen going into the ninth. But that all being said, I mean, not bad. I mean, from the pitching staff, I mean, you got Connacht, like I said, and went 3 innings, struck out 6, walked 2, no runs, 3 hits, not too shabby. Unfortunately, with Harrison, not too bad. 4 1/3, 5 hits, 1 walk. No, I'm sorry, no walks, 1 run, 3 Ks. Then you have, oh motherfucker! They expected a freaking sneeze to come. But and then you got Allen right now. So far, 2/3 of an inning, no runs, no hits, no walks, 1 strikeout. At this, I say just keep him in, have him close it out for the Clemson Tigers. I will say, I know a lot of people expected to have an. Here's the way I look at it. When I look at this matchup yesterday or the couple days before, I thought to myself, like, there's just no way this is going to be an easy win or easy, or it could be like a tough win or a tough loss. It's like the Black Knights. I know in football they're not really the best. Well, I know the sports are not that bad. So that all being said, and the Army, the Black Knights. Look at the rest of their schedule. You have a doubleheader tomorrow against the Clemson Tigers. Then you have they're on the road at South Carolina. Then home against the Air Force, again, and then on the road against the Citadel on the 22nd, and then at Queens from the 27th to March 1st. So now we got Joe Allen to finish it off with the first pitch. And misses way outside. 1 ball, no strikes. And you got Chris Barr right now. Overall, 1 for 4 with an RBI single. That's pretty much about it. Chopped on the ground. Purify. Nice little grab for out number 1. Ever since that first inning, that blunder, he's been much better defensively. So 1 away. So 1 away here in the top of the ninth. And the first pitch to Ainsworth. Swings and misses. No balls and a strike. And Ainsworth, back in the last half inning, misplayed his overall 0 for 4. However, him misplaying that ball in center field allowed Clemson to come from behind. And that is swung on a miss. Nice breaking ball from Joe Allen. 0-2. So I would say Harrison will get the win, and Allen will get the save. So we got 0-2. And here comes the pitch from Allen. That is in there. Called strike 3. Just takes a breaking ball right down the middle. Second strikeout from Allen. The Army down to the last out after leading 2-0 from a good majority of the game. Yeah, you can't really do much about that. Nice little backdoor breaking ball will get you every time. So now we got Now we got Parker, their left fielder. Will take the first pitch. First pitch, breaking ball for strike one. 0-1. 0 for 0 for 3, had a walk, and also reached on an error, one of the two errors from the Clemson defense early in the game. And the 0-1 from Joe Allen. That is chopped on the ground is short, and that's going to sneak right through for a base hit. So a 2-out single. Now we got the Parker Quinlan. Now we got Jack Quinlan. Yeah, no doubles. Yeah, this had to go no doubles defense at this point. So we got Quinlan, who homered his last time up. And the first pitch. Takes a first pitch on the outside corner. No balls on a strike. Jack Quinlan, as we're looking back, was the only. And the 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2. And Army is down to their final strike here in the top of the ninth. I'm going to say this too. I mean, credit to both teams. And the 0-2, chop foul. So we just barely gets a piece. Count still holds 0-2. So we got 0-2. Once more. Allen, he kicks and deals. Line up the middle, and that's going to be a base hit. Oh, boy. Nice shoot from Clavon. And now you got JT. Yeah, he didn't get enough. So that two-seamer did not really get enough of the plate. So now you got JT Craig, who has been. Oh, absolutely, you should. You should. Oh, no, then you got JT Craig, who is 0 for what? 0 for 3, 0 for 4, something around there. So I mean, you could go after Craig, who has been in a way one of the weaker pieces so far tonight. I got Zach Farrell right now as pinch running. Yep. Oh, okay. So I corrected myself. 0 for 3 with 3 punch outs. And Allen kicks and deals the first pitch. Takes it in there. No balls and a strike. Overall, 0 for 4 for GT Craig. 3 of them on strikeouts. And the 0-1, swing and a miss. 0-2. Let's try this again. Army down to the final strike for the second time. Oh, 2. Oh, just missed on the outside corner. 1-2. I mean, close, but no cigar on that one. Yeah, I mean, And then here comes the 1-2 pitch. The payoff pitch. Chopped on the ground, foul. Well, I mean, it seemed like well, and plus to Craig, also either A, he struggles with foul balls or breaking balls. But another strikeout, he gets the golden sombrero. And the 1-2. Outside, cold strike 3, and Clemson wins it. And Clemson comes from behind and wins it 3-2. I'm going to be honest, that was freaking no. Good Lord. Not easy. I'm going to say that. But that being said, I appreciate everyone who's tuned in or just came and stuff like that. But that all being said, appreciate you guys hanging out. If you guys like we do over here at the Sports Press Connection, guys, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, make sure turn on the post notification bell for all post notifications, so you guys will be instantly notified either when we go live, we drop a video, we drop a YouTube short, you name it. And that being said, everyone, please be safe and have a good night. Good night, everybody.